It's not nostalgia. Old Pokemon was better by Harbo Holmes. Harbo Holmes. Okay. This video piqued my interest big time as a Pokemon fan. I am currently playing Pokemon right now. I'm playing Pokemon Violet, and it's alright. I don't mind it too much, to be honest with you. But I do have that sentiment that it was not as good as all of the old games I used to play. But let's hear Harbo talk about it. Harbo.
Before this video begins, I'd just like to give an extra special thank you to my Asbantium level patrons, Chris Douglas and Fallon Cortez. Thank you for supporting the channel. Pokemon. Ever since it burst onto the scene in 1996, this name has become more famous and at times infamous than any other Japanese export, and even any other big cross-media franchise. It's a simple premise. Catch monsters, battle them, become the very best.
Pokemon's goated. It's always been goated. But yeah, the simple premise you talk about there, it's kind of a fucked up premise when you think about it, alright? Like when you think about it, what is Pokemon? It's basically, it's essentially a game where you're a zookeeper, but instead of capturing animals and putting them in artificial habitats, you kind of just put them in an empty void that's inside of a tiny ball that you put in your pocket. Pokemon, pocket monsters, yeah. Yeah, and in the Pokédexes, I don't know if you ever read the Pokédexes as a Pokemon fan. Some of the fucking Pokédex entries, pretty fucked up. Y'all should check them out every now and again. I'm probably gonna go through those Pokédex entries one day, because they're freaking crazy, man.
What began as a normal RPG game has become a sprawling media empire with more video games, TV, movies, manga, and now more than ever, a trading card game.
What do you think?
If there's a medium, it has Pokemon. I mean, hell, you can't even sleep without Pokemon anymore. Nothing is sacred. As a franchise, Pokemon is bigger than ever. And not necessarily for the best reasons sometimes.
Oh god, I saw some shit Moist Critical was talking about a while ago, where there's this Pokemon pack that came out for like, it was like the something 30th anniversary, so they had like the original 151 Pokemon cards come out in a box set or whatever, and there was just a massive drove of scalpers and grown ass people buying fuck tons. Hold up.
No Pokemon card fight.
Look at this. Nigga took a whole sleeve, nigga. What are we doing? These are for kids, nigga. Not one child. This is abysmal. I mean, it might be like a 16, 17, 15-year-old in here that's like 5, 10 or something. But nigga. Look, that nigga fell down. Oh my god. It's so bad. And it's us doing it. It's people like me, us millennials doing it. And that breaks my heart. Because like, this is why I never even bothered trying to get my own kids into the Pokemon card games. For this shit right here. For one, the card game, unless you have friends to play it, which no kid plays the actual card game anymore, like on the old little papers, and you know, with the setup laid out of how the field looks and all that, no kid plays with the mats and all that shit anymore, because the TCG game went from only being accessible on tablets and shit to being accessible on phones. So everybody's playing the Pokemon card game on their phone, which it is easier. It's nice seeing all the little cool effects and all that stuff, but like, you know, the kids don't get the real feel of card games anymore. Like, I don't see a kid walking around with Yu-Gi-Oh cards on his hip, or like the little thing, I forgot what they're called, the disc. Is it called a dual disc? It is called a dual disc. What a stupid fucking name. But it's so dope. Okay, I took this thing to show and tell So many times, okay? All right? This thing was awesome. If you had one of these, you had a peak childhood. You had one of those, you had a peak childhood, and your parents fucking loved you, okay? My mom went broke buying me Christmas presents, and this was one of them. Look at this thing. All right, kids don't buy this shit no more. Look at it. Look at his price. Look at his price. You want $250 fucking dollars for this thing. This was like $45 back then, okay? $45. Now it's a collector's item. That shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. It's crazy. Some dumbass adult's gonna buy this. Yeah, this thing was so cool. It's so fucking cool. If it could project holograms, oh my god, that would have been OP. We should have to this. It's sad to this day that we stopped making these things because with the technology we got today, dog, there's no reason we couldn't put like little projectors or something on that thing so kids can play it facing the wall or something and play down their card and like there'd be a light projecting off what monster you played. Man, how we have fallen off as a society in America is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. We could have had real dual discs by fucking now.
Because the trading cards have become such a craze and status symbol that people will literally kill over them. So naturally, I play the quick and easy digital Pokemon collecting game, so I don't have to spend any money or cleave a 10-year-old's head in half just to pull a card where Manaphy is bathing in its own piss. But after years away from the franchise, playing Pokemon Pocket has made me think a lot. Between pulling cards of Centaur Palkia and a literal cheese string, I had a bit of a realization. What happened to the game of literal cheese?
Oh. I mean, come on, that's fun now. It's part of the fun with Pokemon, all right? It takes things in real life and turns it into Pokemon. I know people. I remember a while ago I was watching like M&J TV. I like his channel, by the way. I used to watch his Pokemon videos all the time. He was complaining one time though that Klefki was a thing. I'm like, I'm sorry. Pokemon have always been things made out of our imaginations, okay? What the hell do you expect? That's creative as fuck. What are we talking about? That's not stupid. People were bitching about Clink Clang. First of all, Clink Clang. That gear attack he has will fuck your shit up. You better watch out for Clink Clang. Gear grind? That was one of my favorite attacks with that motherfucker. I was fucking niggas up with Clink Clang on Ubers. Nigga, who we talking about?
String, I had a bit of a realization. What happened to the game I love? Why is it that I haven't touched a mainline Pokemon game in 15 years?
Because you're an adult now, that's why.
Sure, it can't be down to the Pokemon getting goofier because, I mean, the literal first generation had a Pokeball with a face as a Pokemon. And then it evolved into an upside-down Pokeball with a face.
Electrode, another goated Pokemon, don't care. Everybody hates Electrode, I don't care. Why would you not want a Pokemon that is shaped like a Pokeball? Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. How is Electrode not the mascot? Whatever.
Wow, what creative design! But this general unfamiliarity made me think of what Pokemon is to me.
What was that? Was that Aggron?
General unfamiliarity made me think of...
Hey, Aggron. This was literally, when I played Pokemon Emerald, this is Emerald he's playing for sure. Well, it's showing this right here. When I played this game, this is damn near one of my Elite Four Hall of Fame teams. I had Gyarados, Aggron, Sceptile was my favorite for sure. But we all know Marshtomp was OP as fuck. He was an OP ass starter. Oh my god. If you picked Mudkip, nigga, you're coasting. Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby. You're fucking coasting, bro. You pick Torchic, you're getting fucked up in the first gym because it's a rock type gym. You're doing good in the first gym with Trico, obviously. But that second gym, you're going to get your shit rocked. I don't believe that was water type. I believe it was flying type. You're going to get your shit rocked. Whatever. Good ass Pokemon. I think Gen 3 to this day is still my favorite when it comes to starters. I first started playing Pokemon in Gen 2, but then I went to Gen 1 afterwards, and I first started playing Pokemon with my Game Boy Color. The first game I ever played was Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Gold. Oh, I loved it so much. Ho-Oh is still to this day my favorite legendary Pokemon, just by appearances. I know he's a trash Pokemon. Fire, flying, weak to rock and water, trash.
What Pokemon is to me. It's a world I've known all my life. It was there before I was born, just about, and possibly will still be thriving even after I die, because it's just that eternal. Pokemon is a series that has a magnetic pull to generations of people.
I still have Pokemon Stadium, but I still have my Nintendo 64 right here. Still works, and I still play that shit. It's a dope game.
Because it's almost timeless. Much like its titular Pokemon, the franchise generations of people because it's almost timeless. Much like its titular Pokemon, the franchise is constantly changing and evolving. It will always have an appeal to people at all sorts of ages. But despite Pokemon now being on the verge of its 30th anniversary, I don't think it's the same as it once was.
What is that he just showed right here?
30th anniversary? I don't.
Oh, that's gotta be like that new Pokemon ZA. I don't know if I'm gonna buy that one. It looks just like Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. I don't know how I feel about that one so far. I might get it anyways, just because I like to be up to date on Pokemon.
Don't think it's the same as it once was. The games were once the centerpiece of this series, the reason it became what it was. But now, the traditional Pokemon games are on the fringes, almost like an afterthought compared to the rampant merchandising machine and vast other media platforms. And I think the truth is, it's not nostalgia, old Pokemon simply was better.
The old Pokemon was better to us, I would say. To us. And I'm a little biased in saying that because I've tried to get my kids to play the old Pokemon games. I don't know what it is about this new generation, but they just seem to not want to. They just seem to have no interest in anything that looks and feels old. I have a emulator on my kids' smart devices, and I've downloaded Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Black and White, all of it, Pokemon Omega Ruby. I actually had that on my 3DS. I have a 3DS. My kids just won't get into it. But when I put on Pokemon Sword and Shield, my kids play through that start to finish. Put on Pokemon Violet, my son's 8 years old. He literally told me Pokemon Violet is way better than Pokemon Sword. I disagree. I think Pokemon Sword and Shield is better than Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, mostly because of the way like the gym leaders and stuff work out. Okay, they're more traditional. Other than I don't really like the gym test that they do in Pokemon Violet. It's always some random stupid shit that's like extremely easy to accomplish. Okay, when it comes to me and Pokemon, I'm a big collector of Pokemon. I'm trying to work on finishing my shiny Pokédex right now. That's how deep I'm in this. All right. I really liked how they got rid of gym leaders in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Okay, because gym leaders is just they were played out at that time. All right, and they replaced them with the trials. Hell yes, those trials, great, immaculate. And the Pokemon were even great too. Granted, a lot of stupid ass looking Pokemon in Generation 7. All right. When did we get Gen 7? We got Pokemon like friggin' got all the Alolan forms. We got the ugly ass Executor. I don't like the long neck Executor. I think we basically got a bunch of new Pokemon. They were just a bunch of old Pokemons in different regions. All of a sudden now your region changes the Pokemon somehow. Some of the switches were great. Some of them other ones weren't. Okay, I didn't really like the whole region variants at first. I felt like it was kind of a cop out, as in like these guys are really that out of ideas when it comes to creating new Pokemon that they feel like they just had said, oh, you know what, fuck it, let's just reskin the old ones. Like, are you serious? That's when Pokemon started pissing me off. Again, I'm about to be 30 years old. All right, Pokemon really should be played by me anymore. It should be played by people as old as my kids. I have a 7-year-old son and an 8-year-old son. They should be the ones playing Pokemon. And they love Pokemon. They like the new Pokemon. They don't really care for the old ones. I've tried to get them to play the old ones, okay? The generation just likes so different. It's what it is. Anyways, let me go. Let me go on with this guy.
I still remember that Christmas morning all those years ago in 2005. A present from my parents, one for my brother
2005.
and one for me. Inside,
He had to be like a 5-year-old kid or something in 2005. So I'm guessing this guy was born in 2000, maybe 1999. Okay, I was born in 95. You're right. So I was about 10 at that time. I was a pretty big fucking kid. And what came out in 2005? That was Gen 3. Whew. The anime in Gen 3? Ooh, wee. She was gangster. The Game Boy Advance SP came out then too. Oh my god.
a Game Boy Advance SP, my
Hold up.
brother, and one for me. Inside, a Game Boy Advance
My first color Game Boy Advance SP, I had this teal one. Okay, I had that teal one right there. And then when I broke that, my mom got me the red one. Okay, she got me the color I actually liked. And then when that one broke, I got that black one.
SP, mine blue, his red. And along with it, inside a small square box with a fascinatingly strange green monster, Pokemon Emerald Edition. As
His mom loved him a little bit more than mine did. Okay, my mom got me Pokemon Fire Red with my goddamn Game Boy Advance SP. But Pokemon Fire Red, that's when Pokemon first started remaking Pokemon games, and they don't do it no more. I mean, they did with Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, but those games were fucking trash. It should have been Gen 3 or Gen 5, okay? Pokemon Black and White.
a 6-year-old boy, I had obviously been caught
This anime, though, this is the best Pokemon anime ever, and I bet it still holds up today. May is the finest honey in all of Pokemon, okay? Misty's number 2, May is number 1, all right? May is just a bad bitch, dog.
up in the Pokemon craze, even long after its initial explosion in the 90s. I had some cards, I watched the anime, but with this little green cartridge, everything changed. Inside such a small screen was a whole world of adventure. So many places to explore, people to meet, enemies to outsmart, and Master Balls to waste on Linoon. Hey, I only said I had to outsmart the enemies. I never claimed I was smart myself. And in my defense, that Linoon was a real pain to catch. I feel like there's an understanding that you always remember your first Pokemon game. And for me, that's very true. I still haven't forgotten Toby the Sceptile or Money the Swallow, who helped me overcome the Elite Four.
Man, this first Pokemon game was Pokemon Emerald. He had a great childhood.
Or alongside that Linoon, my Tank Golem, Ludicolo.
Oh, he had a brother. Yeah, but oh my god, hang on. You have to trade to get Golem. Okay, so this just unlocked a core memory for me. I had this right here. When this came out, first of all, the link cord was cool. Okay, that's how you knew your homie was your homie. All right, me and my big brother, we had a link cord. We completed all of our dexes because, we could trade between each other. But when you got this, oh, that changed the fucking game. No more do you have to sit directly like this and not stretch out the cord and break it, all right? And no longer do you have to sit right up on the nigga. You know what I mean? Okay, you got the wireless cord. You can sit comfortably and everything and fuck each other's shit up all goddamn day and fight over not trading back Pokemon as much as you want. This shit was goated.
Eggs and trade the other 2 starters before, you just have all 3. When you're that young, it helps to know people a bit older that actually know what they're doing. Pokemon Emerald is the perfect Pokemon game. It takes everything Game Freak learned from Red and Blue, Gold and Silver and Crystal, and refines it into the ideal experience. Let's just Silver.
I know I'm stopping a lot, but I'm sorry, but I have to say this. Okay, the most underrated Pokemon game ever. It's this one right here. Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Yellow is massively underrated. Okay? You got to walk around with Pikachu. It was the first game that gave you walking Pokemon that follow you. Okay, Pokemon Violet and Scarlet struggle with that shit, right? Your Pokemon does not stay out and follow you, unlike how they do in Pokemon Shining Pearl. I wish that game was a lot better, but I love having my Pokemon walk around with me. I used to love having Pikachu walk around with me, and then whenever you turn around and talk to Pikachu, you can tell if he's pissed off or if he's super happy. Oh, it was like an achievement if Pikachu was smiling and having hearts over his eyes and shit. Like, shit was so great.
In Crystal and refines it into the ideal experience. Let's just look at the Hoenn region alone. Kanto and Johto are pretty limited in scope due to the obvious technical limitations of the original Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. The former console only had an 8-bit processor. Then the Game Boy Advance came along with 32 bits. That's so many bits. So naturally, Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald show a significant upgrade in size.
Pokemon contest, nigga. Goated, nigga. Fuck yes. I remember watching the anime and saying, oh, I wish I could be in a Pokemon contest. Nigga, no, I was. Had all the fucking ribbons, dog. Oh, God, I grinded the shit out these contests, nigga.
Fidelity and mechanical depth because they can do so much more.
You remember when Dive was in HM? Was that Dive, nigga?
Fidelity and mechanical depth because they can...
Dive. What happened to Dive? That used to be one of my favorite moves, okay? My favorite move in Pokemon is fucking Fly, all right? Fly, it's got 90 base attack power, 100% accuracy. Hits niggas like a fucking truck. And then so did Dive. Got rid of it. I was one of the only people that never had a problem with HMs. I think HMs made the games more strategic and fun. Okay, it made you actually sit there and think and strategize and structure your party a lot more strategically. Okay, I thought that shit was fun, and then they got rid of HMs, and now you can just fly and fucking get around wherever. And Meriodon's a fucking HM. It's everything HM. It's bring back HMs. Bring them back, require them. And you couldn't delete the HMs, which means you had to find certain Pokemon that were only dedicated to those. More strategizing, more thinking. Use your brain. Kids don't want to use their brains anymore. That's the number one reason why my kids stop playing, because they hate the fact that they can't delete moves from their HMs, okay? That's one of the things they hated so much, other than the fact that they look old. The number one reason was it looked old. The other two reasons was because the HMs and the fact that they don't have guides, okay? Like the new Pokemon games tell you exactly where to go all the time. You get stuck in one of these games, you're just fucked until you figured it out. That's how games are supposed to be, guys.
Can do so much more. The movement is buttery smooth, the colours really pop, and as a map, it feels huge. And no, I don't mean huge in the sense that 8-year-old me thought the trip from Lumbridge to Wizard Tower was long and treacherous. No, Hoenn is actually so expansive and a...
Oh my god, the sand... Oh, I forgot what it was called, the sand part. Oh my god. I got lost in that shit, dog. I got lost in that shit.
Genuinely diverse country. You start off in your typical quaint village of Littleroot. Old Daletown is much the same. Petalburg City is a nice picturesque settlement. But these 3 locations are the most basic in what is classic Pokemon game design. You start off small and simple, humble origins, but then you get to Rustboro City and that all changes. This city is equivalent to Saffron City, and it's the first gym you even go to. A huge statement of
I hope he picked Mudkip for that for his starter, because if you pick Torchic, you're getting fucked up by Nose Pass in this gym. I've lost so many games. I lost against Roxanne so many times.
What follows is Dewford Town, a small waterfront settlement. Slateport City, a huge port city with a sprawling beach, a prime holiday destination. And the best part is, you're essentially stuck here, without being able to just surf back to Dewford because you don't have surf yet. The early game of Hoenn forces you to move in a linear direction, of which you can then open up significant shortcuts like Rusturf Tunnel, or being able to surf between Oldale and Moorville, or using the cable car. It's not like you finish one location and just move on to the next. You're constantly travelling new routes to familiar places, ready to take on new challenges, like your own father as a gym leader in the middle of
Fuck Norman, by the way. Fuck Norman and that goddamn Slack King. Okay, that was back when Slack King was actually a decent Pokemon. Now he's just fucking trash. His stats are still high, but he's still trash. Okay, actually, it wasn't even his slacking that was a problem. Slacking was easy because he's got that move that makes it so he can only attack every other turn. I forgot what it was called. Whatever. Vigoroth. Fuck Vigoroth. That Pokemon was a bitch. Okay, you smack up Slack off, and then you go to Vigoroth. You get your shit rocked. All right, and first of all, this gym, the 5th gym, in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, this gym has the strongest goddamn trainers. Okay, if you don't get all those questions right when you're going through those doors, you're gonna get hit with some shit. I think the first person you run into is a nigga with a goddamn Espeon. That was back when Espeon was goated. Okay, Dark type wasn't a very prominent typing in Pokemon at this time. If you go up against a Psychic type in Gens 1 through 3, you better have a good ass bug type Pokemon with fucking Mega Horn or something, or you're gonna get your shit rocked. Okay, if you go up against the Espeon with that special attack base power of like over 100, you get your shit rocked. Espeon's special attack is bullshit. Dog, his special attack stat is bullshit, nigga. It is not fair.
the game, despite his gym being the very first you come across literally, not the first you
And it used to be hard to get Espeon and Umbreon, okay? It used to be a bitch 50 to get them. Now it's easy.
can battle in, but the first you walk past. Hoenn is a genuine odyssey. By unlocking all these alternate routes, it immerses you all the more. Kanto and Johto staples like forests and caves give way to more elaborate setting, like a volcano surrounded by 3 distinct towns, all bearing the hallmarks of such settlements. Like hot springs or ashen grass that turns green when you walk through it. See that? See that level of detail? A good Pokemon game isn't just about having a big map. It's about that map feeling twice the size because of the detail within. Moorville, the bustling electrical city, gives way to Fortree, a magnificent treetop city in the jungle. And
Alright, bro, you already sold me, man. You already sold me on our games being better. They were. They absolutely were. There's a problem, though. There's an issue. That's what you're not realizing. You're not a kid no more. Okay? Get a kid today to play these games. They're going to tell you they suck. They will. And you're going to want to smack them. Right? Like I said it so many times already in this video. My kids hate these games. They don't want to play them. They don't want to play through them. Pokemon Shining Pearl. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They fucking love them. Why? Mainly because they look new. They look great. Their consoles are better. Like, my son did not like playing on my 3DS. I think I just have weird kids. My son didn't like playing on my 3DS, but he'll hold my Switch all day. Okay? The OG Switch, I won't let them touch my Switch too. Not yet. It's a little too new. And I don't want them to, fuck up the controllers and all that. I'm still trying to figure out if it's going to have stick drift on them or whatnot. But, like, the kids like the new games. They're good games at the end of the day. I mean, they're bad to us because we know that Pokemon could do better. But to them, these are great games. They like walking around, fighting Pokemon, leveling them up, grinding them through them, all that nonsense, earning all the items, finding all the items. Yeah, they're easier and have less detail. But at the end of the day, it's still Pokemon, and they like Pokemon. Our Pokemon, can Pokemon do a lot better? Absolutely. Are they fucking us over as people that have been into the franchise? It's something that pisses me off. I've seen a lot of videos of people talking shit about Pokemon nowadays, and it's like, these are people that have been playing Pokemon for 20 plus years. At the end of the day, as an adult, you gotta realize they're not making games for you, bro. They're making games for kids. And today's kids play these games that are coming out today. Are they stupid and shitty to you? Yeah, and they are. I mean, I play them just because I'm a Pokemon fan. I love Pokemon, and it feels weird to not play it at all. And when it's in a new medium, I feel like I gotta play it. And it's pretty fun. Okay, the Pokemon are cool. I like the new variants and all that nonsense. The attacks look cool. Something that really pisses me off with Pokemon. The main thing that pisses me off with Pokemon, I can really give a shit about all these extra features, like how we had the dust field, how we had the sandstorms that you need the go goggles for and stuff, so that they'll go away. Um, all that detail and stuff. I really don't care about that. I mainly want them to bring in more features that make the game feel more lively. You know, the whole standing still, and then the Pokemon just having a little animation, bob their head up and down or something. We need to stop that. At this point, we can make Pokemon Tekken. I forgot what it's called. The game that came out for the Wii U. That game you can already make Pokemon do hand to hand combat. Okay, the turn based games, we can dead that shit. Okay, we can literally, as long as the Pokemon's strong, whatever, we can literally start making like Pokemon fighters, man. Like, why are we not doing that? Probably because it's super expensive. And if you add on all the other stuff that you usually do with Pokemon, I'm pretty sure that's probably out of what Nintendo can handle.
Contrasting that are places like Sutopolis, nestled within a cavernous white crater, and Pacific Town, built entirely on planks in the ocean. Each location is so interesting and distinct. And that's before you even factor in the non-settlement locations, like a whole desert, that aforementioned volcano, and a whole mountain graveyard, or the long stretches of routes featuring...
Speaking of that volcano, I forgot what it was called. Mount Chimney? Dog, when you were going up Mount Chimney in Pokemon Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire, dog, you felt like you were fucking going up against the gauntlet, nigga. Okay, you fought like 12 niggas there and the boss, all right? And hey, fuck your shit up too. These niggas were some tough trainers, okay? Our games were hard.
Things like the Weather Institute and the abandoned ship. It's not just about going from town to town beating gym leaders anymore. You're genuinely going on the kind of adventure the anime promised years before. The side content is incredible. You can grow berries, build secret bases.
Is the anime still going on? I think that should end it. Ooh, it's kind of sad. So these Pokemon don't even have the anime to reference off of anymore. I remember a lot of stuff like had anime references. For starter, right here. This is literally May. The only person you could never be in Pokemon games was Ash. You always been Red and his female partner. This was May. I believe in 4, you are a girl with blue hair, being Dawn. So, yeah, shit crazy.
As a cool little hidey hole to hang out in.
It was your cool little hidey hole to hang out in. I f***ing hate that line.
Make Pokeblocks with friends, compete in contests, battle the Trick House, and the Winstrait family, whose golden boy Vito eventually shows up in Victory Road at the end of the game, and is actually one of the only Victory Road trainers capable of beating the Elite Four. Again, that is...
Yeah, I fought that guy too. I lost to that dude like 5 times.
It's fantastic world building. And one of my favourite things about Hoenn is how you can get calls from trainers and gym leaders you've already beaten, and they'll challenge you again. With better teams, more Pokemon in their teams, they'll challenge you again. With better teams, more Pokemon...
This, right here, this. I don't know what the hell happened to double battles. But this generation needs to bring back double battles, okay? They need to bring them back heavy. Like, the next game should have a shit ton of double battles. this Pokemon team right here. Oh, you're having a bad fucking day when you gotta go up against this gym, and it's the 7th gym. So all these motherfuckers are like high level 40s. Right, you're getting your shit rocked, literally by Soul. What was this fucking Soul Rock? Literally its name, and what was this Luna something, Loon Crescent, Lunatone, Lunatone, and Soul Rock were wrecking your shit 8 times to Friday. Okay, you were getting fucked up by those motherfucking Pokemon. You were. You still would. And Slow King, that Slow King too. Remember when Slow King was a fucking dope ass Pokemon? I think he still is. The Galarian Slow King, I love that Pokemon. His design's even awesome. And Not2's not shit no more now. Not2's been banished to the Shadow Realm. Hypno used to be my favorite Psychic type Pokemon until Claydol came out. Look at Claydol. Look at his nice ass design. Fuck Mew. And fuck Mewtwo. Claydol looks cooler than both of them.
in their teams, some of whom aren't even native to Hoenn. It creates this genuine feeling of progression and development as you progress. Roxanne goes from an entry-level trio of 2 level 12 Geodudes and a level 15 Nosepass to a full 6 Pokemon team of Aerodactyl, Omastar, Kabutops, Steelix, and her Nosepass is now level 52, whilst her Geodude has become a Golem. All these Pokemon make perfect sense for Roxanne to acquire, since they still match her rock-based speciality and her gym is literally across the road from Devoncourt, who resurrect the very fossils she clearly came into possession of. Much like Fire Red and Leaf Green with the Sevi Islands specific.
Oh, the Sevi Islands. You did hardcore grinding at the Sevi Islands, nigga. You could find a fucking... In these Sevi Islands, you could find shit like Larvitar at like level 45. Motherfucker knows ancient power and rock throw. So I hope you don't use Charizard when you fight one, because it's dying. Dead.
The region changes slightly as you progress and go on, rewarding you for returning to characters and locations to get rewards or new locations and lore about this incredible region. Hoenn feels like a proper, living, breathing world, and the story helps with that significantly. The stories of Kanto and Johto were pretty straightforward, but with the extra space and the abilities of the GBA, Hoenn can be more complex story-wise too.
And again, yes, our stories were way more fleshed out. That's just because that was the medium we were in, though. We actually gave a fuck about this. Like, back then, most of the people that watch, like, play Pokemon watched the anime. So, we were invested in this. We wanted to see exactly the same shit we could see in the anime. And we did to a certain extent. They obviously couldn't give us all the shit in the anime because that clearly wasn't allowed because of licensing issues, I'm sure. But, like, this is what we wanted. Nowadays, kids only care about catching them all. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I feel like this video has gone on long enough. Okay. This is a great video. I'm actually going to finish this later at work or something. But yeah, this is Harbo Holmes. And yeah, I agree with everything he's saying. Really, I really do. But there's a caveat to things that he's saying. All right. There's something people need to realize is, like, at the end of the day, if you're an adult and you're bitching about, you know, the state of Pokemon today and this, how it's not as great as it used to be, and you want your kids to play an actual dope Pokemon game, well, They are paying a dope Pokemon game. It's dope to them, not to you. I mean, I just think about everything your parents said. Okay, your parents always told you that the stuff in their past was a lot better than the stuff in your present day. Okay, same situation with us. Yes, our Pokemon games were better. They literally were better. All right, but we're not in that generation anymore. The new generation has the Pokemon games they have, and for what it's worth, I think those Pokemon games are pretty good, and they are getting better to a certain extent. But yeah, that's what I think. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I'll see you on the next one.